Judgment is coming. Judgment is coming. Those people who have done this wickedness will carry their own shit with their own hands. So mark my words. Judgment is coming. There will be the judgment of God, the judgment of history, the judgment of posterity, and the judgment of humanity. Yesterday, this weekend, Ohaneze Ndigbo leaders and Afenifere leaders and Pandef leaders from Niger Delta were all in southern Kaduna on a fact-finding mission. The peoples of the middle belt of southern Kaduna, we have a newfound solidarity with the south. Our destiny does not belong in the north.
Since we are living in a democracy, people from the north who wish should not be bound by that slogan.
By which slogan?
One north, one people, one destiny.
They were never bound by it.
Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth, and we are back again on Matters Arising. We are live on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on our Instagram, and also on our backup YouTube channel, BVI Channel 1 Plus. So you can follow us from all of those platforms every time as we continue to empower the people with the right information. Today we are going to be reviewing the agitation from various parts of Nigeria, especially the Middle Beltans. Many of you do not know that they are agitating for their freedom as well. Freedom from oppression and freedom from subjugation. The freedom from all manner of killings and, from all manner of oppression, let me just put it that way. Because the Middle Beltans before oligarchy, the Fulani oligarchy. So today, they are speaking up. I want to refresh your mind how the journey all started. I want you to listen to this account. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
And therefore, today too, since we are living in a democracy, people from the north who wish should not be bound by that slogan.
By which slogan, my lord?
One north, one people, one destiny.
They were never bound by it.
Today too, people, since we are living in a democratic environment, people have the right to choose whether to be bound by that slogan. Is that true?
I don't understand what you mean bound.
You understand perfectly. You are a lawyer like myself, sir.
Yes, because the question does not arise.
Today, in today's political setting, Nigeria is a democracy. People who hitherto had belonged to northern Nigeria through the accident of history and who choose will not be bound by one north, one people, one destiny. Am I right?
You are wrong, because ever before they themselves were not bound. They were never bound before, neither are they bound now.
So why am I wrong? It's still a continuation.
I didn't say you are wrong because I didn't understand what question you're asking me. It's as if they were in the past bound and now they are free. They were never bound. And as of today, they are not bound. You are free.
Sorry, sir. In your evidence in chief the other day, you were asked and you did mention the Middle Belt. And you say that officers from the Middle Belt, the Middle Belt has no right to complain because they have been compensated, etc., etc.
I have never remembered saying any such thing.
But did you mention the Middle Belt?
I did mention the Middle Belt as part of the regions in which there were demands for the creation of state, which was given recognition as part of the Minorities Wellings Commission. They were given the recognition when 12 states were created. They became, those vociferous Middle Belt in the north became Benue Plateau State. And today they are Benue State or Plateau State.
Today, sir, you said the Willings Commission. Do you have a copy of the Willings Commission to prove what you are saying right now? That they were given recognition.
Pardon me?
Do you have a copy of the Willings Commission of 1958?
I don't have.
Take a look at this one, which is a certified true copy.
I thought we've tendered it.
Yes, sir. My Lord,
Yes.
I applied to tender it as an exhibit. Look at page 104.
No, first of all, has it been tendered?
No, sir.
I want to tender it now.
I applied to tender it now.
All right.
Certified true copy of the Willings Commission of
Exhibit
1958.
87.
Yes. Where they mark minority areas. Show me anywhere that the right of the Middle Belt agitators was recognized, because they recognized others.
That was not what I said.
What did you say?
Exactly. I will
Well,
repeat
it's
what
one by
I
one.
said.
He
so you can
mentioned the Willings
Oh,
Commission, that
what
they
page?
recognized the rights of the Middle
Counsel,
Belters.
what page of exhibit?
Page
87?
104, sir.
104.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, minority areas. Yes.
What's the question?
Yes.
Page 104. Want him to read it?
Throughout the report, that is under minority areas, recognition was deliberately not given to the Middle Belt agitators, but was given to other minorities. Calabar, Western region, Midwestern region, etc., etc.
There was no
They did
Calabar
not-
State, my lordship.
No. Areas from Calabar, I may
Yeah.
not be very accurate, the report is there.
Why not ask him to read it? We listen
My
to
lord,
what-
I'm
read it.
sorry. I have another
107,
report. that will tell you that you are-
104.
Page 104
Yes,
to the end, which deals with minority areas.
yes.
The Middle Belt was not mentioned. Am I right?
You may be right.
Did you send a memo to Willings?
My
Did
Lord,
you send a memo to Willings?
whether we sent a...
A memorandum?
No, my Lord, we want to know the truth. We are talking about Middle Belt agitations, and I believe the Commission will be interested in knowing, because the Willings Commission appears in their own response. So the Commission would have interest in knowing what the Willings Commission
The
decided.
question from the chairman is that these areas whom you are claiming have been excluded in the report, did they make submissions to the Willings Commission?
Sorry, Council.
Yes, my Lord, the made submissions, they are there.
Let me help you.
The submissions
Yes,
the Middle
yes,
Belt
they made-
people made are there.
They made submissions.
Yes.
I don't remember the details now, but
They
at
are
least
there, sir.
I remember reading the Willings Commission report. I think, with hindsight, what is said about the minority agitations in the North was something like this. Whereas it granted some concessions to minorities in the South, it argued that the problems of the minorities in the North would be dealt with by the then Northern Regional Government. With hindsight, you might argue whether that was the right decision or not, but my memory of the report was that it was, at the end of the day, left to the
Untouched.
Northern Regional Government to
Yes.
deal with. I think
In
that's
other words,
what
it was
they-
left untouched, and that
Yes.
is what I want to extract from him. Other regions had their own matters tackled, but the Willings Commission refused to tackle the issue of the Middle Belt. That is why today we are still talking about it. Is that not so from that report?
It is not so.
Show me where they tackled the issue of
I will
minority
not
areas.
show you. I have report that will show you that the minorities, the thief, the people in Plateau made submissions to Willings Commission. Willings did made recommendations. And what I was adverting to in our submission was that the creation of 12 states rather than regions gave recognition to the political entity of the minorities of northern region. So you had Benue Plateau, you had Kwara as a state, as opposed to regions.
All right. The late Sir Ahmadu Bello, whom we respect, was the premier of the northern region.
he was democratically elected.
Yes, of course. October 1, 1954. Take a look at this book. He said, My Life. It was published in 1962 by Alhaji Sir Ahmadu Bello.
Yes.
I applied to tender it as an exhibit. Page 215.
$215, yes.
My Life
Yes.
by Sir Ahmadu Bello.
Yes.
Read the underlined portion.
All the
I have
underlined.
applied to tender it, sir. Let them mark it.
The whole page is underlined.
Yes, it's relevant to our case.
You wish that I read all?
215.
Or from where?
Exhibit 88.
Yes, from where the ticket, the most embarrassing
Yes,
commission.
right.
Most embarrassing. Pages 215 to 216.
I read as follows. The most embarrassing commission was the one on the minorities.
Yeah.
This wandered round the country listening patiently to scores upon scores of people who thought for one person or another, for one reason or another, that their area should be carved out of the region in which it then lay, claiming that they did not get a fair deal from the party in power in the region. There were three groups which made the most noise. Two of these were in the other regions and need not concern us.
Yeah.
But the third was the group advocating the so-called Middle Belt, a long slice of country running along both sides of the River Niger and Benue, with an extension to cover the plateau and southern Zaria.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that it would be physically difficult, if not impossible, to administer such a peculiarly shaped area, there was nothing to show that the various people making up this group would in fact agree amongst each other if they found themselves involved in a new region. It would be only too likely that further fragmentation would ensure fairly soon after such an arrangement had been made.
Okay, in order to cut a long story short, go to the page 216, the last paragraph underlined. From the commission produced, that is the Willings Commission.
The commission produced a very lengthy report of which the northern section occupied about 1/3 of its volume.
Yes.
They made some suggestions about the eastern and western regions,
Yes.
which are only just being implemented, but agreed that the north should be left as it was.
Yeah.
They did not accept the proposals put forward to constitute a Middle Belt region and were against any interference with our boundaries. We therefore had no reason to complain of their findings. Since then, the whole agitation has died away into a few infrequent rumblings on the horizons of the Tiv Division and the Birom country of the High Plateau.
So from this book written by the Premier of the Northern Region himself, the Willings Commission did not attend to the agitations of the Middle Belt region.
It attended to it.
From this, what we read,
He attended to it and make recommendations.
that we are dismissing your case,
you may not agree
go
with
ahead and be existing, while other regions.
That was their recommendation. You are entitled to fault it, Your Lordship, but that is their recommendation. They attended, they listened to them, and they made a recommendation.
Would
you
you
may not agree with it.
Would you agree with the suggestion that the Middle Belt is a creation of the Southern media?
Good. I believe you've seen that. It's quite a documentary of facts, the Middle Belters are beginning to ask to stand and answer their name outside the Arewa. You know, they are all mopped up with this Arewa stuff. And with these incessant killings in the northern part of Nigeria, there is a voice that spoke, though late, but the truth is never late. And today it is resonating among many Middle Belters. I'm talking about the man, Dr. Obadiah, who made a very powerful exposition, which everybody knows. Now, let us listen to one of his assertions during the killing and massacre of the Southern Kanuna indigenous people. I'll be right back.
Talks about judgment. I agree with you. Judgment is coming because you cannot disembowel pregnant, expectant mothers. You cannot kill innocent children and elders, and their blood touches the ground, and God will not judge. Judgment is coming. Those people who have done this wickedness will carry their own shit with their own hands. Excuse my language.
It's all right.
The time is coming. Mark my words. Obadiah is a minor prophet in the Jewish Old Testament. So mark my words. Judgment is coming. There will be the judgment of God, the judgment of history, the judgment of posterity, and the judgment of humanity. Obi, look, I've heard this thing, Obi, from Ejigbo. I have Ndigbo friends, very dear friends. Yesterday, this weekend, Ohaneze Ndigbo leaders and Afenifere leaders and Pandef leaders from Niger Delta were all in southern Kaduna on a fact-finding mission. The peoples of the Middle Belt of southern Kaduna, we have a newfound solidarity with the South. Our destiny does not belong in the North. We are no more Northerners, and we shall never be Northerners. We shall either stand on our own or join the South. Mark my words. Mark my words. But Kaduna, we have a newfound solidarity with the South. Our destiny does not belong in the North. We are no more Northerners, and we shall never be Northerners. We shall either stand on our own or join the South. Mark my words.
Yeah, we are still live and we are talking about the Middle Beltans' agitation for their freedom from oppression as they are being dragged in the north as part of Arewa. But today, they are standing their ground, and many are regretting regarding the position they've been put into today, the subjugation they are experiencing today, the massacre that has been going on in various parts of the north, especially among the northern Christians. You know, this is why the architect of this crime against humanity in the name of a country today tries everything possible to wipe out, to erase any historical fact so that they will take advantage of the confusion we have in Nigeria today for their own political and financial economic gratification at the detriment of the trapped indigenous people in Nigeria today. But we are here to lay the facts on the table because it is this truth we preach here that will set Nigerians free from Nigeria. Many of you don't understand that. When I say this, that Nigerians are victims of Nigeria. And until Nigerians rise up to stand their ground, because freedom is not given, it is taken. And it is taken through a process. You have to take that route in order to achieve freedom before ultimately talking about independence or separation. That is a different ballgame. We're talking about the freedom of people, the freedom of the Nigerian people from Nigeria, the impunity of Nigeria to start with. Adakwa shout to Adakwa adopta ndị ọzọ from Abu. Somebody that is tired, bound, in chains, may not have the strength or what it takes to free others. You have to free yourself first. So Nigerians, you have to free yourselves from the impunity of Nigeria, from the confusion of Nigeria. Because the privileged political class have seen the disconnection. They've succeeded in divide and rule in Nigeria to capitalize on it and continue grinding the will of this country to nowhere at their own benefit, to your own detriment. And today, I believe, since the massacre has been going on, check it, the trajectory. In Boronu, somebody on this platform made it clear how they are being subjugated and killed in Boronu. The Christian Boronu communities, the indigenous people, whom the invaders came in from the Sahel to come and occupy political positions. Today, even Hausa that we are talking about, Hausa Fulani, Hausa is also crying for freedom. Much more the Middle Beltans. Much more the Middle Beltans. You cannot find one single Hausa governor. How many Hausa governors do you have in the north today? All you have is the Nupes and what do you call them? The Fulanis and the rest of them. The invaders, the descendants of Usman Danfodio. And today, you remember, majority of the people that prosecuted that war against the Biafran people are from the Middle Belt. No wonder, in the statement of Ahmadu Bello, he made it very clear that they will use the minority of the North as willing tools and the South as conquered territory and never allow them to take control of their life or their future. That is the statement of Ahmadu Bello, October 12, 1960, just a couple of days after the Nigerian independence. Until today, it's exactly what played out. They use the minorities of the North to prosecute this scam they call One Nigeria. That they are fighting for One Nigeria. And today, what has One Nigeria done for an average Nigerian? Whether from the East, West, North, and South. We are all victims. Because they capitalize on the unitary fake federalism. In Nigeria today, everybody is heading to Abuja. Whereas the indigenous people are suffering. The owners of the land are suffering. The hijackers of the space. You know, today, if you say, oh, the Northeast has a very large land mass, they are talking about the Middle Belt. Go and check it. The largest states in Nigeria are the Middle. They have the largest land mass, and they are mostly farmers. They are mostly farmers. When somebody say Northern Nigeria, my food. What is Northern Nigeria? What is Northern Nigeria? If you look at the map, you will see the Northern Nigeria at the top. The Northern Nigeria is very small. And these are the places they first invaded and occupied during the Jihad war. Before they now entered into the Middle Belt states, before they were stopped, before they could enter the southern part of what we call Nigeria today. And since afterwards, these people have been suffering. Those they've conquered, they converted them forcefully into Muslim. And the very ones that are still holding on to their either traditional worship or those who are converted to Christianity at the time, because Christianity came before themselves in the north. So today they are all being massacred and they are crying. Look at what is happening in Kaduna, southern Kaduna. During the time of El-Rufai, it was a hell. It was like the hell was let loose. People were massacred. Today, they are crying for their own freedom. Look at what is happening in Benue. Look at what is happening in Jos. Look at what is happening in southern Kaduna. The killings, the Taraba state, ransacking village, taking over their farmland, occupying all their villages. Today, I believe Nigerians are understanding clearly that when we talk about the rights of indigenous people. It's not just about Biafra. And when you mention Biafra, just understand it is not just about the people from the southeast or the people they try to demonize their credible agitation for self-determination. They try to paint the picture of the war as though it is the Biafran people that are troublemakers or warmongers. But the truth of the fact is that the Biafran people never declared war against Nigeria. It was Nigeria that brought war on the doorstep of the Biafran people. Why? Because people said, let obey the Aburi Accord. Let us continue or return back to regional government, where every region will man their space, which is what is obtainable everywhere around the world. Today, Nigeria is still suffering it. And the biggest victims of this are the Middle Belters, including the man that headed that war, that genocidal war. Go on. His village is ransacked. The man has run away from his village. He is now resident in the United Kingdom. That is where he's taking refuge. He cannot go back to his village because his people are being massacred. His people are being massacred. The Middle Belt are in trouble. They are part of those who fought that war. In fact, they are the biggest beneficiaries of aftermath of that war. They became so rich, but their people are dying. Now, these are historical facts. Some of them are still alive up to today. But those of you who are seeing Nigeria today, do you think that Nigeria can ever work the way it is? To my own personal opinion, it can never work. The Nigerian people will continue to suffer. The Nigerian people will continue being under subjugation because there is a class of people who have vowed to keep the people down. These are the political class. And that is why the gospel and the crusade for good governance is unnegotiable. We are not stopping at anything until everyone's mind is liberated, because that is where it starts from. The mental state of the people must be liberated. That's where the revolution must start, so that they will start seeing governance from the right perspective and understand the powers they have as the people to free themselves from the chains of subjugation by the new colonial masters, the new oppressors we have today in government. This confusion is so much that you can't even realize who is who. You can't even realize who is actually your true enemies. They try to paint a picture of pitching the north against the south, or the south against the west, or west against the east. That is the game of the political class, to keep the ordinary people down, so that they will continue fighting themselves, so that they will continue seeing themselves as their enemies. Whereas all of them are that upper class are all dining and whining together. This is the message the Nigerian people must understand, because that is where they have held Nigeria bound. Today, Nigerian people are going through the worst experience as a country that is blessed beyond imagination. Today, people are escaping from bad governance in Nigeria. That is what we're talking about tonight. I want to have your opinion on this. We want you to call. The numbers are there for you to make your own submission. You can tell us where you are coming from, your experience about Nigeria, and what you think should be done for the people to be free. This program is for you. It's for every one of you to air your honest opinion as to the way forward. I know some of you may call and say, oh, I will not be telling you it is Biafra or that, it is Biafra or this. It doesn't start and end by lamentation. It takes a process to achieve a thing. And over time, you can be rest assured that even the Biafran people know that they cannot do that alone. As you can see, every part of Nigeria is beginning to realize the legitimate agitation for self-determination is not a criminal activity. It's not a crime. In fact, it is a legitimate process whereby the indigenous people anywhere around the world, especially in Africa, particularly in Nigeria, have the right to self-determination and pursue that through the due process of law. That is what we emphasize on. We emphasize on through due process of law to achieve whatever thing you are saying or agitating for. Today, the lines are already open. I will welcome and bring in Ndubisi and Enugu, who is joining us, the Ambassador General of Good Governance Ministry. Yeah, he's already here, so that we will dissect it. We'll continue speaking on it. While he's coming on, let us quickly take the first caller and see if what we got. Hello, good evening. You are live and direct on Matters Arising tonight. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Spencer. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
All right, go ahead, Spencer.
Hello?
Go ahead, Spencer. Go ahead. Go ahead, Spencer.
Now they have realized their mistake for their contribution to the genocide of massacre of the Nigerian, the Biafra. They must come openly and apologize to the Igbo people. So before peace could be restored in their land. No matter what they do, the Caliphate, the House of Fulani must be using them until they realize their mistake and apologize openly to the Igbos. Thank you.
Don't you think that they have apologized enough and they have died enough? Looking at the number of massacres, remember many of them who are dying today weren't part of that war yesterday.
If they have apologized enough, but they have a lot of filial, closely relationship with the Caliphate. They apologize during the day, in the night they go back to the Caliphate, which means their apology is not enough. How can they come out during the election, the last 2023 election, they collided, openly say they are supporting our brother, but during the time of the election, you see them massively voted to the Caliphate, voted to the Milocom. This as a result of subjugating them in perpetuity. If they stop the betrayal, not only betrayal, but if they stop the hypocrisy with the Caliphate, if they refuse to stop it, their problem must continue to be in existence. I don't think the apology is genuine. I don't think the apology is real. I don't think the apology is welcome. I don't think the apology is acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your own submission. Honestly, I know when we're reacted to these things, but I can tell you the fact has remained that during the 2023 election, when he mentioned that just Plateau State actually secured a huge number of votes for the Labour Party candidate. But it's not just about tribal issue now or political issue about the election or whatsoever. But you can understand that their trajectory this recently shows that they align more with the South, just like Ebenezer mentioned in that his comment. I mean, Dr. Obadiah mentioned on that his comment that they are aligning more with the South than the North. Okay, and instead of them being, mopped up as Northerners, they should stand alone as Middle Beltans. NDBC, good evening and welcome to the program tonight. We really appreciate you joining the program anytime, any day. You're welcome on the program.
Yeah, Chinedu, good evening, and good evening to our viewers all over the world. Greetings.
Good evening to you. So now we are talking about the Middle Beltans and their position in respect to their own agitation for freedom, to free themselves from the North. That is where they are agitating for. Now, they want to free themselves from the subjugation of being mopped up as Arewa North, because the killing is too much. How do you react to it? I think NWC, your network is blanked. I think his network is blanked. I hope that he comes back again. Okay, I can hear you right now, but
my phone is having an issue, but you can hear me.
All right, go on. We can hear you. Go on.
All right. To me, I think
We can barely hear you again. Your faulty phone is really not helping matters. We hope that we get that back again. We get you back on track on the program. But meanwhile, while we wait for you to get connected back again, we are still on Matters Arising. The lines are open. The lines to call remains +234-810-4545-533, and we are talking about the Middle Belt agitation, regretting their involvement in the Biafran war. How do you react to it? Somebody who have called from US said that he's not accepting any apology. He's still suspicious of their sincerity of being remorseful about their involvement with that in that war, genocidal war. Okay, let us quickly take this caller. Hello, good evening. You're welcome. Good evening to you, Sister Mwizu. Can you give us your own remark on what we're talking about today? I think you're calling from Mpo.
My name is Anthony Anwis. Based on what this evening discussion,
yeah,
there is something that our people normally say.
Okay.
Anything pregnancy, you can never cover it. When the time comes, that woman must deliver. It's a must. Because you cannot deceive somebody all the time. You deceive that for just a while. Because they use this political evil something to cause crisis, to bring hatred among each other. Why all these politicians, they are the same? Now, Middle Belt are crying. And it is true. They have the largest land back. Not to have the largest of it is Middle Belt. Because Benue is the basket of food. Everybody knew that. However, they're all farmers. Mama, today, where are they? Where are they? Foreigners came in and killed them and sent them away from their ancestral home. If they start today to realize it is better, there is no time that is late. Even Kaduna, we see what else I did to them. Even Plateau State, how they use Quran to cause men against the Biafra people. Now everybody is seeing that in Southeast crying. But some people thought that we are crying fouls. Yeah, this is the time. If we can come together, no region can do it alone.
Yeah.
No region can do it alone.
I agree with you.
Whether Biafra will do the war or no. And you come 1 million of
we
have to come together and say the truth, let the world know. We have to come together and fight for our rights. We are indigenous people, or there are everyone. How can a foreigner come in and sack you and took away your life and kill you and penetrate into you? Now, most of them, they will force you, they will convert you. They will use money to induce you so that you will be a Muslim. In other countries, Muslims are not behaving like this. Religion. We cannot produce anything. So this is the time. Let them stand up, get it down, without looking back, without the fear of favor. It is their right. We continue from that. That is my take.
Thank you very much for that, your wonderful submission. God bless you. That is our sister Antonia Nwizu, who are called from Mpo, and she had laid it bare. Let the people unite. If you don't unite, they will be picking you one after the other. And there is no region that can do it alone. Not the Arewas, not the Oduduwas, not the Biafrans, not the Jaws, not the TVs in the Benues and those of them in the mountains of Jaws and Taraba State. None of you can do it alone. None can do it alone. Because the principalities and powers that are holding Nigerians down are united. They have a very united front. They are Christians. They are Muslims. They are indigenous natives. They are cut across, but they are united in their game against the general public. And these guys are not less than they are not more than 2% of the general population, holding Nigerians down. And the worst of it is the caliphate, the invaders. Today, the Hausas, even the Hausas, the almighty Hausas are begging for their freedom. The almighty Hausas. You know, sometimes we say it is Hausa Fulani. They are now answering their name. They want to be free. Because Miriejuga won. But here we tell you that truth, because it is the truth that will set Nigerians free. You see all this insecurity that is happening across Nigeria. You see all this bad governance you're witnessing in Nigeria, dilapidated infrastructure. Nothing is working. Nigeria have never progressed. If you check the time of the 1960s, when Nigeria got independence, things have only gotten worse till today. It has never gotten any better at any point. If there is any point that Nigeria has gotten better, you tell me, it could only be between the 1960s to the time of the coup. And we all knew what happened and how that coup came about, which they labeled Igbo coup, which was conspired by BBC. I remember that interview I had with Bulie, who also took active part in that coup. We met a lot of people who this small head of mine have seen a lot, and God kept them so that I can bear witness from their account of what happened. So I can tell you authoritatively what what the situation is. No, you meet one-on-one with the history themselves before many of them has gone to join their ancestors. They say it the way it is. They timed it Igbo coup so that they start the massacring of Ndi-Igbo across Nigeria. Whereas the people who conducted that coup was doing that with good conscience, believing they are pushing for a better Nigeria, that the political class have become a thorn in the flesh. This corruption that you are hearing today did not start today. Because at the time of Akintola and Awolowo, the corruption persisted. The impunity continued. You remember when they did wait here in Lagos? Wait here in the western part of Nigeria. Wait here. How many of you know that? People are shouting, yeah, the Biafran people are troublemakers. No, the Biafrans are not troublemakers. Biafra represent equity, justice, and fairness for all Nigerians. No wonder Atiku, I think Atiku was the one that said, we are all Biafrans. Biafra represents the freedom of the people from subjugation. And that is what it represents, the yearning for the people to be free, because the killing became too much. They are trying to hide the historical facts, but on this platform, we lay it bare. We allow the people to have an insight of what Nigeria truly is. And tell you ultimately not to speak big grammar, not to lament and shout on the social media, but to empower you with the information, because that freedom will start from here. That is where the revolution will start. And that is why it is important you join this crusade. The GGM crusade is sweeping across. It is touching the lives of people. People are beginning to wake up, to realize that they are all victims of Nigeria, that their oppressors are the political class who have hijacked the soul of the society, who have hijacked Nigeria from Nigerians. And today, Nigerians are now slaves to these people, the privileged class they call themselves. You are busy looking for an ordinary fellow victim of Nigeria just because he's not from your tribe. You think he is your problem. No. It's not your problem. Your problem are your political class. And that is what we are discussing tonight. Hello, good evening. This is BVI Channel 1. You're welcome to the program on Matters Arising. You may tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling from Aba.
All right, your name.
Now, I think Nigeria love to hear, if they want to hear the truth, I will say it. The middle belt are telling you that they are apologizing. I don't believe their apology. Now, let me tell you why. Stand on the election today. Where do they stand with? They still stand with the Fulanis. Go to the House of Assembly or House of Rep. Who do they stand with? They stand with the North. But they will come and give you lip service. Oh, we are apologizing. See why that is there, they compensated with oil well. His hand was heavily on Agitation. Has he regretted it till today? You see, let me tell you people, I don't care what anybody will say. You may say that I'm heavily with anger. It may be, yes. These are the people that block the road, bring out every informant that's running away from the north and kill, and they come and tell you, oh, we apologize, we regretted it. What is the action of their regret? Today, they still line up with the Fulanis in the House of Representatives or in the Senate. Today, when election comes, they still line up with them. So what is their regret? What is their action of apology? We keep on deceiving ourselves. See, let me tell you, I don't care whatever thing the Fulanis are doing to them. It even we said it is the water you pour to yourself. It's not supposed to cool your body. So let us stop deceiving ourselves. Let them go ahead and marry with their nuts. It is their right. We know Igbos are Igbos. We don't care who align with us or who doesn't align with us.
Okay, can I ask you this question? Do you think that these people you're talking about is just about the political class, which are just the very few, which we have said they are the same as every other political class, especially even in Igbo land today. We have the saboteurs in Igbo land who are aligning with the same Fulani oligarchy. So, and these people that are lamenting and asking for their freedom, we are asking that the people, the ordinary people, should be united. You are still having animosity of what the forefathers of the northern or the middle belters did during the war because of their ignorance, because of their blindness and deceit of the caliphate. Now today, we are still, living into that sentiment that you are still seeing an average middle belter as the problem, whereas it is the political class. So that is the information we want our people to know. Until the ordinary people embrace themselves, stand shoulders to shoulder across board, because no region can do it alone. Because even if we say let only us and let it is us against them, whereas the political class are united to make every one of us a problem. So how do you think that we are going to be free if you are not extending that hand of fellowship and unity across all victims of Nigeria in Nigeria?
Let me say it again. Now, the middle belt, Gowon is alive. Gowon is still alive. In every place that Gowon is going, he's still lying. He's still lying. He's still lying. That's why he fought the war. He's still lying. The other day they asked him why he divided the states into 12 states. He lied. Whereas against the statements he made, he said they are going to create Oko, which is Cross River, Ogoni, and River State, to block the Igbos. He lied. He didn't remember he said that, and it is written in the paper. It's still documented. So is that the people that telling you that they regret? I want to know.
Actually,
tomorrow. He asked him, he said the Igbo fought the war. Who fought the war? You carry war against the Igbo and you are still lying. You say you regret. How do you regret? How do these people regret? I want to know. You are differentiating political class and the ordinary man. Who are the political class? Who are the ordinary man? In the election, if election happens today, do they vote you? If they came out today and they will not, do they vote?
No. To be honest with you, to be fair with them, the largest vote in this past election, especially if you are trying to put it in that perspective, you find out that Jos Plateau gave P2B a huge vote. We're not trying to ethnicize that movement of obedience, no. But I'm trying to lay this facts straight. You have to understand the difference between the political class, the privileged class, and the suffering people. The suffering people of Taraba, the suffering people of the Christians in the north, in Boronu, in Taraba, in Niger State, and the rest of them, down to Benue. These people are dying every day. Nobody is telling their stories.
Every soul that sin must die. That's the Bible. If you see the atrocity they committed against the Igbos, so you are telling me that they are dying. They have not started dying. I am saying it openly to the public. I said they have not started.
Okay. One more thing. Hang on. One more thing that I want to bring to you before I'll allow other people to call in is, other people are already calling, is that will you prefer Ndi Igbo to remain, or the Biafrans to remain in the situation in Nigeria, if the solution could come from uniting with other people outside Igbo land in order to achieve the freedom of the people in Nigeria? All right, thank you. I think you have answered that question, that our freedom is not in there. Let's take other callers. They have been calling. Thank you for calling. Let's take this caller. Hello. I think we lost that call. You can call back again. The lines remain +2348104545533. Our brother who just called from Aba said that the freedom of the Southeast or the Igbos does not lie in the hands of any other ethnic nationality. To a good extent, fine, true. You have to do what you have to do. But the truth of the matter is that with Nigeria as it is today, it will be difficult for any region to, on its own, pull out of this country without, or even have a sense of self-determination, or even have the good governance people are yearning for in Nigeria. Let me just highlight it on that perspective. You cannot get anything good from that. You will continue being a victim. And until the Nigerian people understand that, until we stop deceiving ourselves with the sentiment and emotion, we can't get it right. Hello, good evening. This is BVI. Good evening. This is BVI Channel 1. You are live on Matters Arising. You may tell us your name and where you are calling us from, please.
This is Ugochima. I'm calling from Maiduguri.
Ugochima, you're calling from?
Hello?
Ugochima, you are calling from where? Hello? Ugochima, you said you are calling from where?
Calling from Maiduguri, Borno State.
Oh, Borno State. Okay, go on. Let's have your opinion.
Hello?
Go on. Let us have your opinion. Let's have your opinion. Go ahead.
Somewhat like your topic, in respect to Middle Belt. I'm from Benue, actually.
Really?
The whole thing I overheard.
Wait. Hang on. You say you are from where?
Maiduguri.
But you are from where? Where are you from? Where are you from originally in Nigeria?
From Benue State. Benue.
Your name sounds Igbo. Sorry?
This thing.
Wait, hang on. I want to get something very clear. You said I said your name sounds Igbo. Where are you from in Benue State, so that people can understand? Because we know that there are people that are Igbo origin in Benue State. We want to understand that first.
Local government. Aguila, precisely.
Okay. All right. Go ahead with your submission. Let's have your opinion.
Overheard the caller, he's so bitter about what happened. Biafra is a big tragedy on the people of Biafra, but there's just something I always like telling people about this. We in the middle belt, if you come to as if we don't belong to the east. If you come to the north, we don't even accept that we are from the north. Neither will we accept that, okay, we are from the south. The whole thing, every region have their own region, and we are beautiful in our own unique way. I so much respect the Igbo people because there is just something about them that is unique that nobody will take from them. I so much respect the middle belt. I don't know about the far north because somehow there's just this thing in me. I don't want to call it hatred. But the whole thing is this. Everybody is unique in their own various ways. But if we continue propagating this bitterness, the political class will continue moving on and we will be there. If you go to the Igbo land, there are a lot of politicians that are eating on the same table with these people in propagating this jihadist movement and everything. And they are okay once the money is coming in for them. Down to Benue State, we have the likes of Abamoro, who is there championing it very well, and it's okay to sell the whole of Benue State. The same thing with Akume, the SGF. They are ready to dine to forget about the Benue people. But if we, the ordinary Benue people, if we want to talk about, okay, the things that Benue people have done, if we say, okay, we are the one accepting Fulani doing all those things. Who killed Usman Danfodio? He was killed in Vandikia in Benue. When he left the Yoruba people and discovered that his movement is not going towards the east because of the Benue people, he decided to invade. And when he tried to invade, what happened? They killed him there. The whole thing is this. We should forget about all this. If we not unite as one, that's what I normally tell people in Maiduguri here. We say we hate the Igbo people, we hate the Hausa people, we hate this one. Even the Hausa people, down to this place that I am, we all know that the Hausas are slaves and they can never they cannot even control their own village. They cannot even preach in a mosque. It's not permitted here in Maiduguri for a Hausa person to lead prayers. It's not permitted. It's only the Kanuri and the Fulani people that are ordained to lead prayers. And they are our colleagues here where we are working together. But what can you do? The whole thing is that it's until we start thinking well as a country and we understand that the Igbo people are very good in crafts. Technological wise, they are the only people that can help this country to grow in technology. That one God have given it to them. Then when it comes to, okay, in terms of, okay, brain, maybe going to school. I'm not saying the Igbo people don't go to school. You mentioned the Yoruba people. It comes to the middle belt. Yes, we are more agrarian. We like going to farm. We like doing handcraft and other things. Likewise, the Igbo people, if you go to Aba, they do it too. But the whole thing, until we understand our uniqueness and know that, okay, the Fulani people don't even have a single land in Benue State, in Nigeria. They only came in and they started colonizing the Hausa people for almost 200 years now, and they are still colonizing them. They are the only one to produce emir and everything. So almost the whole powers are under the Fulani people. So if you are saying the Igbo people, only one Hausa person have ever emerged as head of state in Nigeria, which was this nonsense man. Go on. Which other Hausa person can you point that, okay, he has led Nigeria? But the rest persons are either Fulani or the Yorubas. And some of the wicked Yorubas are playing their cards very well, dining, forgetting that these jihadist people are not people that they should play with. It's so plain that everybody knows it. And the agenda is continuing moving on in Nigeria until we come together. I wish the Igbo people to get their Biafra. We, the middle belt, I told people I'm the greatest sniper in Nigeria. And anytime they need me, I'll be there in Benue State to defend Benue. I'm not here for Nigeria. Yes, I may be working for Nigerian government in Maiduguri now. But I know that, yes, my blood is for Benue if I'm to fall needy in battlefront. So that's it. But if ordinarily, I love the Igbo people. Till tomorrow, I will always say it. I love their heart. When I was campaigning for Obi in Maiduguri here, people were just looking at me, but I continued. I don't care. I don't want to know whether he's an Igbo man. All I know, I'm seeing a genuine person and somebody who knows the business. They are so good in business. I want it to be replicated all over in Nigeria. That's just it. For my children, not for me.
And that's the right spirit.
So thank you very much. I so much like this topic. I say let me call in to really greet you and to thank you for your good work, because to a great extent you are saying the undiluted truth, and you always try as much as possible to understand the country very well and to tell people the truth. So may God continue to push your channel and to push you on in the great work you are doing for the I don't want to use the word Nigeria, for the people.
Nigerians are victims of Nigeria. Nigerians are victims of Nigeria, and that is the situation. Okay, but until the Nigerian people unite together to free themselves from Nigeria, they will continue being victims, and that is the position we've taken.
Okay, but it won't be easy for us to free ourselves if we are fighting ourselves or we hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
Until we realize that, yes, like the Hausa people, they have started realizing it every day now. They are tired of this colonialism that have been going on for 200 years. Until we start making them to see the truth. A lot of them, it's just that they are scared because of, okay, they don't want to offend Allah. And they don't want Allah to judge them on the last day. And they don't want any of the imam to curse them because they are afraid of the curse the imam will lay upon them.
Religion.
So these are some of the things. They are still under bondage. But the new modern ones are coming every day.
Exactly.
It's just about us, even if we want to go our separate ways, but we should know that, yes, we are helping another human being from the other side, in which are truly passing through a lot. Because the Hausa people, don't be surprised, in the next 50 years, if God no help, then they will be extinct. The whole of their village will be taken and everything. And they're already undergoing it. They're passing through it. They can't produce even a good politician. Anything these other people say, they follow it because they have politicized the religion. And they're using it very, very well. That's why you come here, when they were distributing this thing, one of my neighbors, they gave him a lot of bag of rice and everything. He shared it only to the Kanuris, which are the other this thing. He didn't give to the Hausa, he didn't give to us, and we don't care. But these are some of the issues. So the Hausa people are truly passing through a lot. If you do not come to the far north to see what is going on with this particular tribe that are under colonialism in this century, you will never understand what is happening in Nigeria.
Sorry.
That's when you start pitching there. I was in Sokoto for 2 years. Now I'm in Maiduguri for 9 years.
Wow.
And there is no difference. I now understand that these people are so backward. A Yoruba man cannot go to a central mosque in Sokoto to preach. You dare not step foot inside the mosque because you make the whole mosque to become defiled, unclean. The same thing with the Igala Muslim. They don't allow them to enter the central mosque in Sokoto because that's the seat of the caliphate.
That's bad. Anyway, wow. You have given us a very clear exposition on what is happening in the north. Living there, also part of, yes, you've said it that you guys are not part of the north, that you are Middle Beltons. Thank you very much for joining the program tonight. All right, that is it. The lines are still open as people are coming out from their shell. You see, this is the message. This is the gospel every Nigerian must embrace, because that is the truth that will set them free. There is no two ways about it. It's not about sentiment. It's not about being emotional. No. But it's to disperse information, to empower the people with the kind of information that will set them free. Because this thing did not start just today. So, we are still live, and we hope that you are going to call. Let us take some of the commentaries from the comment section while we wait for your call to come in. I don't need to say too much because we've been saying this every day. But I just hope people are beginning to realize. Because if you watch consistently this platform, our gospel and message, we've been very consistent in what we preach. Let us quickly take this caller. Hello, your name and where you're calling from, please. Your life on Matters Horizon. Hello, your name and where you are calling from. You are live on Matters Horizon. We're going to cut the call. You can call back again. This is still BVI Channel 1. We'll take your calls when they come in. Hello, good evening. can you turn down the volume of your listening device so that we can have this conversation? Your name and where you're calling from, please. Can you turn down the volume of your listening device? Can you turn down the volume of your listening device? Turn down the volume of your listening device and listen to me from this place. Hello, can you hear me? If you can hear me, you can tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, I'm calling.
Go on. You say you're calling from South Africa. Go on.
Yes, it's like the guy who speak now with the last caller. You know, there is one thing he talk about the northern, the Hausa, the original owner of the northern Nigeria. You know, it's like what is happening today. I just want to tell the guy, talk about what the guy said. You know, it's like what is happening today. The way during the Biafran war, the Hausa who fought Biafran war, who killed Igbo people, who killed many Biafran people during the time, which Gowon was the head of the state. So both the Benue people, they kill a lot of people in Biafra land. Today, they are the one even suffering in Nigeria more than any other tribe. And there is this death punishment. So if they're going to suffer for it, it's going to take long to them. It's like what is happening today. Yoruba people, Tinubu is there in Asoro as the president of Nigeria, and now allow Fulani to be killing people in Igbo land, saying it's the IPOB. Yoruba people is going to suffer their own in time to come. There is nothing he will do on this earth. He will escape it. So all these things Benues are going through, or all those northern Nigeria, they are going through, is what they cause in Biafra war. There is no way, there is no place in this world he will share innocent blood. He will not pay for it. He must pay for that. So I just want to correct that the last caller, that the problem they are going through is what they did in the Biafra land. Likewise, the Yoruba people is going to suffer their own in the future. Because today, they Tinubu know that what is happening in the Biafra land, that all the insecurity, they are saying is the IPOB, they are saying is the Simon Ipa, while they are using the trailer of Dangote 2019, 2020, bringing people to Imo State, Anambra, Enugu, all those Fulani people, they already occupy all the bush. They now come out as unknown government, killing people, addition for people to say it's IPOB, you know, for people to say it's a Simon Ipa, you know. So all these things they are doing is something that they're going to pay for it. There is no way you will kill people in this earth. You will not pay for it. That one is sure.
Okay. Can we have this conversation? Because can we have this conversation? You know, you have poured out, you have lamented for the past 3 minutes. You've been talking. You've been lamenting about what these people have done, what these people have done, what these people have done, what these people have done against our people. The sentiment is there. The emotion is there. But the solution, we are not hearing it. The situation is that every Nigerian is suffering it. Every Nigerian, whether you are Biafra, whether you are Duduwa, whether you are Arewa, whether you are from Igbo, whether you are from Hausa, whether you are from Benue, whether you are from the East, North, West, and South, everybody is suffering it. And the people who are the problem are the political class. Everybody knows that the major problem of Nigeria today are the political class. And this political class is spread evenly, both from Igbos, the Hausas, the Yorubas, the TVs, the Benues, all but Christian and Muslim. Every one of them, they are united in their craft against the people of Nigeria, the Nigerian people generally. Now, we are now looking at the ordinary people who are the victims. The ordinary people are Biafrans. The ordinary people are Oduduwas. The ordinary people are Arewas. The ordinary people are from the east. They are from the west. They are from the north. They are from the south. The ordinary people are Christians. The ordinary people are Muslims. How are they going to unite? You as an ordinary person, you are fighting another ordinary person who is also a victim of Nigeria. How then do you think that the people can be free? That is the problem. And that is what we want to use this opportunity to, amass the people with the kind of information so that they start seeing the picture of truly what the problem is and how they can solve it and how they can get themselves out of the criminal enterprise we have in Nigeria today. That is exactly what we're talking about.
What you are saying is true, and let me give you an example now. You see what happened in Syria. Syria fought war since 2011 till now, and they conquered the president. And the president of Syria now is exiled in Russia. So if Nigerian people can have minds, every ethnic group can rise up and fight against the government of Nigeria. Peace will be in that country. But the problem is that if Benue Middle Belt can rise up the way Biafrans now rise up, if Oduduwa can rise up, it's not a rise up by only a social media problem. This issue of Nigeria need a gun. Is a gun, and that gun need to go towards army and the police, so they can surrender.
No, I disagree with you on that. I must tell you honest truth. It's not just about lamentation. I disagree totally with you on saying that the people must take up arms against the army or these people. No. That will not solve the problem. What will solve, can you hear me? What will actually solve the problem? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? This conversation, we are empowering the people with the right information. We are not using here to start selling unrealizable sentiment. Okay, when we are talking about the unity of the people, when we are talking about unity of the people, we don't encourage arms struggle, and you can even achieve it from the social media. That is the truth. If you are doing that, you are just showing a level of I would say ignorance. Okay, a serious level of ignorance. I'm coming. I know what hang on. There's something I want to bring out because you made a statement that I needed to correct. You see, when you made mention of Syria, you made mention of Syria as an example, how they took up arms against the state. Okay, and use that to reflect to Nigeria. I understand your point, where you are heading to. But Nigeria is a peculiar case. In Nigeria today, and I must tell you also, in that Syrian war, all these years they've been fighting separately, different sects of the Islamic groups and ethnic nationalities there as well. They were fighting themselves, so they were all fighting themselves, whereas the government of Assad was busy dismantling them individually until they united and had a front. That was how they were able to conquer. Now, if we are bringing it down to Nigeria, like I said, taking up arms will not solve. In fact, it will escalate the problem the more. Because in Nigeria and in Africa is a totally peculiar thing. It's a totally different ball game. And I will tell you that the worst people that will be victims will be the ordinary people, the same ordinary people. First of all, we are advocating that the people should have unity of purpose. That is one thing that we must understand first. Unity of purpose. What is the purpose of uniting with the other people? What is the purpose for an average Biafran to unite with an average Oduduwa, an average Oduduwa to unite with an average Arewa? The purpose of dismantling the structure of criminality you have in Nigeria in the name of political class who have made the lives of every Nigerian miserable. That is exactly what we're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You see unity. Me, I love unity, and even I advocate of unity. But the problem now, before election, I see you with the way you do campaign for B, you do everything about go and get your PVC. I continue laughing. I'm 45 years old. Since I was in Nigeria, I never go one day and do vote. I don't know even PV. I don't know how they do vote. But here, where I'm living here, I got citizen here. I do vote here. I never do vote in Nigeria because nobody who win election in Nigeria from local government, even councillor to the presidential, who win election normal through vote. When you are campaigning, you can get your PVC. I continue laughing. I know that if vote to go normal, this unity you are talking about, vote to go went normal, Obi win more than 24 states in Nigeria. I watched the election. But the problem is that there is no way in Nigeria you will do vote to count. We know it long time ago. Only person who win election in Nigeria is Obasanjo, Goodluck Jonathan, and Yaradua. These are the only people who win election. You do know that even Atiku win Buhari 2015. He win him, but they didn't give him because Obi was there. We know everything. Let me tell you something. Now they are preparing 2027 unity. Let me tell you something. If you like, let everybody, the whole Nigeria, 250 million Nigeria vote for one person. If it's only one person vote for APC going to win Nigeria, going to be president of Nigeria, going to be president in 2027. I'm telling you, because let me tell you something. You guys don't know the game they are playing.
Anyway, I appreciate.
You don't know the game they are playing in Nigeria.
Well, I appreciate you. Honestly speaking, I appreciate you. Let us quickly take other callers so that we'll give them the time to speak. I appreciate your calling, please. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you. Let's take other callers. Good evening. You are live on BVI Channel 1 Matters Arising. You may tell us your name and where you're calling us from, please, and be brief.
I'm calling from Oka.
Okay, Amuche, you are calling us from Oka. Give us your own submission with respect to what we are talking about tonight.
Yes. Yeah, first of all, I thank you for this program today. I stumbled into the program, but I knew that this is a solution center. And again, the issue concerning what is going on in Nigeria, there's nobody that will feel or say that it's no issue to it. It is the issue of solution that brought up the program we are hosting now. Hello?
Go on. We can hear you. Go on. We can hear you. Be very brief because other people are calling as well.
So the solution, first of all, we identifying our problem is knowing the root cause of our problem. And the root cause of our problem is we were sold out by the politicians. And it is through these politicians that we will get our mandate back. How can we get the mandate back? How can we get our mandate back?
Can you help me turn down the volume of your listening device because I can hear a whole back. It's like you are still watching the program while you are talking. Can you turn it down so that we can have this conversation? All right. Go on. Go on.
The issue that we are facing is caused by the politicians. And how are we going to get back to our feet? It's through those politicians. How? It is true that all the politicians are corrupt. No two ways about it. They see our problem as a solution to their pocket. So it is our own making if we are allowed to select those people we can control. Anyone who cannot swear with our deity will not be in the office the day of swearing in. Let's remove the Bible and Quran. You will see that these politicians know fully well that they are not afraid of the Bible or Quran because it does not work. But when we took all these politicians to our deities of the towns that they are going to control, I bet you things will be normalized. Things will be normalized. By the time you bring some of the politicians to come and swear in the deity of Ekwensu or Udu or Kamaru or Amadioha, they will know that they are in for a serious issue.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Please be summarizing. We don't have much time.
Pointing out that our politicians use our problems to fill their purse. And we have to find every means to stop that. Anyone that will be coming to lead us will be thoroughly monitored and screened, not by mere certificates, by character and upright. Because we ourselves know who is bad in our community. All right. I think I will rest my case for that for now.
Thank you very much for calling, my brother. Thank you so much for calling. Our brother, that has been there on the WhatsApp. We have so many calls that are coming in, but we can't take all the calls. But if you keep calling, we might take your call as the case might be. But we are wrapping up on tonight's edition. Or perhaps, if more people wish that this program will continue because of want of time, we will definitely come back tomorrow and continue on this same program so that we'll have more people to air their opinion on this matter that is arising tonight. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at some of the commentaries that we've got so far so that we'll be able to, highlight some of them and then end the program for today. Okay, we have Muizu Osita, who is the first person actually that come online tonight. We appreciate you for coming, Muizu Osita. And channel, thank you. Ferdinand Uguzo said Nigeria is already divided. The Sharia North, Middle Belt, Yoruba, Biafra, Niger Delta without Biafra land. Anyway, that is his opinion. Okay, let's take this caller. Hello, good evening. This is BVI Channel 1. You are live on Matters Are Rising. Your name and where you're calling from, please, and be brief. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, your name and where you're calling from. This is Matters Are Rising.
Richard, I'm calling you from Kaduna.
Okay, go ahead, Richard.
Are you with me?
Go ahead, Richard. Go ahead. We are with you. We can hear you. The world can hear you as well.
Okay. You see, it's sorry that some of your contributors from the Southeast, it's like they're not really understanding what is going on in this country. Because I can so much see sentiment, I can so much hear hatred in what they're saying. As he tried to explain, the ordinary people both in North, South, East are feeling the same thing. Are you with me?
Of course, we are with you. Of course, we are with you. Go on.
So, the scenario that they are still bringing sentiment of Biafra happens out of ignorance. And for people to come out right now to try to express that they were sorry, I think someone should understand. At the same time, the middle belt is not as weak as they might see it to be. Because for the fact that Donfodio fought the Hausa people from Sokoto, from part of the north, and we still have traditionalists, we still have Christians in the north. These communities that are in the north that Donfodio was not able to conquer, it's not that they were weak. They were strong. They fought Donfodio. That's why Donfodio was not able to conquer them. Understand? So it's not that the Middle Belt are weak. It's not that the Middle Belt cannot help themselves. If the need arises, everybody can start for himself. Because some of your people in the south, they are feeling as if the Middle Belt cannot help themselves. That is why they are saying that they are apologizing. No, it's not the issue. The issue is that things are not going right in this country, and the Fulani people have took advantage of Nigerians. Both Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, everybody, the Fulani has took advantage of this country. So I think playing back all those records of 60s, 70s, all those things that happened, you're trying to justify that, let them cry. They are suffering for what they did. Even the Igbo kill Northerners. They kill people from Middle Belt. But it's not time to start digging all these things. We should talk about what is on ground right now. Understand? The Nigerian person, the real Nigerian person, need to understand that we have enemies both in and outside this country. And this money, this wealth that is in the hands of these politicians, this is what they are using against us. So I think the best thing for us is to forget about the past and see how we are going to build a better future for us and for the children to come in this country. So the issue of sentiment, someone saying that people, they should keep crying, they should keep dying, that is not the issue. And that is not going to help one of us. I talking to you, I campaigned for Peter Obi. I was a polling youth agent for him. In the north, in southern Kaduna, and 90% of our people voted for him. So it's not the issue, and we do not vote for him because he's evil. We vote for him because it's a new change, because it's going to be a new breath over there. So I think sentiment, hatred should not come in this issue, because no matter how it is, everybody is feeling the pain.
I agree with you totally. What you said is absolutely the truth. Thank you for calling, and we appreciate you, and we hope that more people will be sensitized, because that is exactly the purpose and essence of this program. Thank you for voicing your opinion out.
People so much, because it's like most of them, they are not connected to the issue in this country. Thank you for your good work.
God bless you. Thank you for calling. All right, that is it. That might be the last call for today, but if need be, we might still extend it a little further. Let us quickly take some of the commentaries on the comment section, and I appreciate every one of you who have been calling and watching and following us on this program. Ferdinand Uguzo, thank you for your comments. We saw your comment. BMS Wisdom said, Fulani hegemony is broken and destroyed forever in Nigeria in Jesus' mighty name. And this guy has taken it spiritual. No tribe in southern Nigeria, Middle Belt, and the northern Christians want to live with them. Okay, and that's the truth. Now, Henry Ehiuzu Image said, now you that is speaking in the video, I want to ask a question, and I want you to answer me in comment section. Which states are the Middle Belt in Nigeria today? My dear, go and look out for it. You'll see the states that are in the Middle Belt. Okay, it's not a difficult thing. All right, you can just ask your Google. Google will just show you everything. All right, that's not what we are going to be answering here, but we appreciate you for that very commentary. Okay, there are people in the Middle Beltan states. You call them the Middle Beltan states. Okay, I think when the picture of that Middle Beltan state have been showing on the screen, you'll also see that, and you'll be able to understand what Middle Belt is all about. Okay, let us quickly take this caller from a wonderful GGM partner, a wonderful man. I respect him so much. Dr. Raf. Dr. Raf Ike is joining us from the United States. If I'm not mistaken, that is if he's not back home in the village eating his native food. My brother, Dr. Raf, good evening and welcome to the program tonight.
How are you?
I go Kaiga in Nigeria. You used to look at Nigeria, you see how Nigeria is, but we thank God for the survivor. So
like Chatizo Bizeda. But we thank God we will survive him. Tinubu's leadership is affecting both the diaspora, both people in Nigeria, both people everywhere that are Nigerians. Unfortunately, if anybody say I'm going to disassociate myself from Nigeria, but unfortunately you can't, because you have family members, you have extended family, and if you love Nigeria like I do, and you want to build home in Nigeria, that's when you will realize how bad things are. How bad things are. But we thank God at the end of the day. I don't know how Nigeria will survive Tinubu, because Nigeria will say, oh, we survived Buhari, we survived Jonathan, we survived Obasanjo, we survived all these people. But Tinubu is in different league, though. Tinubu is in different league. But we hope everything turn out to be okay.
All right.
It's been a long time I haven't joined your program live. I just saw it. I said, let me say hello. Actually, I called you a couple of times today. But I think you're busy. Your phone were going on the voice.
Chai. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for reaching out. We really appreciate you.
Yes, sir. So what is the topic today?
Okay, we are talking about the Middle Beltans.
Yeah.
So we are talking about the agitation to be free from the North. So the Easterners are still, throwing up that sentiment and emotion, the experience of Biafran people in the hands of Benue and the Middle Beltans that fought the war alongside the North. So now today, people, we are calling for unity of purpose of all Nigerians to liberate themselves from Nigeria, because that is the call. The impunity in Nigeria has reached the red alert. It has reached the breaking point. Everybody's suffering it. But since our people from the East are still holding that resentment and sentiment.
Well, unfortunately, Ndibo say that when you carry another person's count, it looks like when Igbos were marginalized and killed all these people in Biafra during Biafran war, they didn't say anything because it wasn't of their concern. But now it's affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody. Now they want to disassociate themselves from the North. You can't disassociate yourself from the North. The North, especially the Fulani Caliphate, have made Nigeria their project. And that their project is something that we cannot run away from. We cannot. Look at how many years. I'm 53 years old. The war ended after my parents met during the war and married after the war, during the time of the war, towards the end of the war, and had me after the war. 54 years later, somebody that was born in 1970 after the war is 54 years old, going to be 55. And the same things that were happening before the Civil War are still happening today. So unfortunately, I'm sorry that they want to disassociate. I think it's a little bit too late. And telling Igbo to come and join them and to get Nigeria better. Where were they? Where were they? They joined the Hausas to kill the Igbos. Now, They think that they can. It's like Delta people that are across the river Niger saying that they are not Igbos. They don't want to get involved. Well, it's going to affect everybody at the end of the day. Look at how Nigeria was divided. I have never heard where they say south-south, north-north, east-east, west-west. Have you heard about that?
No.
But in Nigeria, we have south-south.
That's the divide and rule.
Why did they do that? Because they want to divide and racism against Igbo. My talk for Nigeria, if Nigeria will get better, they must, number one, go and apologize to the Igbos for all the blood of Igbos that they have plunged. They have poured the blood of Igbos around Nigeria. You have to take care of that. Then you have to include the Igbos in leadership of Nigeria. Oh, Mr. Ikechukwu, is it Ikechukwu or Chukwu, during the, what is his name?
Dr. Abachi
was talking, that man that came and talked about what they have done to Igbos.
Okay.
He says, who will invest in Igbo land? It's going to be difficult for people to invest in Igbo land because there is no federal jobs, no federal things that was done in Igbo land. Common, what do you call it? Common train. They did it in the north. They did it in the Yoruba land, but the Igbo land don't deserve train.
Well,
then the leadership of Igbo people making mistake, building airports. What is his name? Uchi now wants to build airport in Aba. They could have come together and build train station, railway,
and connect the entire East. Dr. Raf, we are going to get to that maybe on a subsequent program, okay, and discuss about good governance in the Southeast, okay? Because we are running out of time because we just have less than 2 minutes to end the program.
Okay. So for me, it's a little bit late for the Middle Belt. It's a little bit late.
But it's not totally and completely late. As in all the matter and all the valuable.
We put it in God's hands. I don't believe mostly that Nigerian problem will be solved by God. I think God have left Nigeria a long time.
No, we are not talking about Nigeria problem now. We are not talking about the problem of Nigerians.
Yes, the problem of Nigerians are every Nigeria, people that are the Nigerian people, everybody want to look for their own turn to do what the people that are doing now are going to do, that are doing. Yes,
so you are saying that there is no hope?
Well, there is hope. There is hope because one of the reasons why there is hope is that P2B kind of have opened the eyes of Nigerians. P2B have opened the eyes of Nigerians. But the question is, Nigerians ready to fight for what belongs to them? Is Nigeria ready to go and grab it from these old people, no good old people? Grab it. Look at 96-year-old man, what he's doing. 90-something-year-old man putting somebody in jail because they said something about him. He didn't know that he just made the man popular, making for everybody in the whole world to know him. So I don't think Nigerians are ready to face and go and grab it. And that is what is fearful for me. Why the youth of nowadays are not ready. They are not ready to go and fight and get what belongs to them. Because for us, our grandchildren, great-grandchildren, these people have taken the money for our great-grandchildren. And now, our great-grandchildren owe money that they weren't there when it happened. So,
thank you.
I don't have much of opinion on this because it's going to be difficult. The Nigerians have to be ready, SAP, to go and fight these old, no good people that have decided that they will take money. The governors, they have failed as governing Nigeria in the last 60 years.
I understand. Well, I told you we are going to revisit this very case that you brought up about good governance, especially from the southeast and other part of Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir.
I want to use this opportunity to thank you for everything that you're doing. Continue. You are doing an excellent job. I love you. I love what you do. I love what you have made the sacrifice to continue doing. By the way, when we get off, I will call you again. I need to talk to you about my events, okay?
No problem.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We are always there. We are partners in progress. That is it, Dr. Ike Raf. He has been a very wonderful GGM partner, diaspora, and they are doing wonderfully well in helping the outreach, the conversation to continue out there to push this gospel of freedom through this crusade for good governance. And we remain committed to it. I'll be wrapping it up tonight. As we are wrapping it up, thank you, every one of you who have been watching. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. We stay connected on this platform to build a very powerful community that will liberate the people from bad governance. Until I come your way next time, compliment of the season. And I hope Nunga Bakwalum Christmas. I'm wrapping it up here. Bye-bye for now. Good night.
Judgment is coming. Judgment is coming. Those people who have done this wickedness will carry their own shit with their own hands. So mark my words. Judgment is coming. There will be the judgment of God, the judgment of history, the judgment of posterity, and the judgment of humanity. Yesterday, this weekend, Ohaneze Ndigo leaders and Afenifere leaders and Pandef leaders from Niger Delta were all in southern Kaduna on a fact-finding mission. The peoples of the middle belt of southern Kaduna, we have a newfound solidarity with the south. Our destiny does not belong in the north.
Since we are living in a democracy, people from the north who wish should not be bound by that slogan.
By which slogan?
One north, one people, one destiny.
They were never bound by it.